Before we start, Andrew, we need to remind you. No one is making judgments here. You know what you saw. Not on single day. Several. And if you fucking focus, then you stand there again. You don't need to say more to the others. Your words remain. On different websites and in different archives. And God knows where. The time of writing this is the 6th of September 2022. Time 7:22. The following is your palace. Your construction. A way out. A way in. Do you have anything else to do today? Huh? By all means. Give it your time. Your energy. Captain Ben Marco, listen. We have heard your voice for such a long time. Captain Have Blue. Mr. I Core. And so on and so forth. Impolitic equals failing to possess or display prudence, unwise. Polites equals Latin for citizen. Portend. To be an omen. Commune. To share thoughts and feelings. Carnai. Common people. Riff raff. Interpose. To place something between two things. Mongrel. Dog of unknown ancestry. Compeer. And person of equal rank, status, or ability, appear. Co-equal. Pretty much the same. Intercede. To beg or plead on behalf of another person. To reconciling differences. Providence. God or nature conceived as the power sustaining and guiding human destiny. Longhand. Handwriting. Heuristic. Allowing people to learn for themselves. Upsides. To be equal with. Opulent. Having, or. Really. Or showing evidence great wealth. Rich or luxurious. Licentious. Promiscuous. Debauched. Lacking legal or moral restraints. Defray. To provide for the payment of an expense. Deft. Marked by facility or skill. Descry. To see at a distance. Crossbatch. Informal, a bad-tempered person. Cordial. Warmly and genially affable. Compos mentis. Having full control of one's mind. Commodity. Something that can be sold or bought. Fey. Doomed. Unworldliness. Elf-like. Conjugate. Join together. Contract in. To agree to. Something. Derisory. Ridiculously small. Cavalcade. A procession. Often horseback. Fancy woman. Lover of man, often married. Jeremiad. A prolonged lamentation or complaint. Jaunt. A short journey. Often, or always for pleasure. Listless. Characterized by indifference. Litigant. A person engaged in a lawsuit. Knoll. A small round hill. Resultant. Derived or resulting from something else. Lithe. Flexible or supple. Pliant. Prone. Lying flat on the ground. Presentiment. A feeling of something is about to happen. Priest is a concise summary of essential points, facts of something. Prat. A foolish or contemptible person. Prelate. A clergyman of high rank. Orogeny. Folding. Mountain formation. Deleterious. Harmful. Delectation. Delight or enjoyment. Deft. Marked by facility or skill. Defer. To postpone. Cuckold. A man whose wife is adulterous. Cubbyhole. A small room or enclosed space. Boisterous. Noisily. Atone. To give satisfaction or make amends. Amends is to make good. Intrepid. Fearless. Invertebrate. An animal without spinal column. Popsy. Girlfriend. UK only. Palindrome. Word or sentence that reads the same backwards or forwards. Compass. To achieve. To devise. Collocate. To set or arrange things. Antonym equals a word opposite in meaning to another, like bad and good. Heuristic. Allowing people to learn for themselves. Deleterious. Harmful, detrimental, diverge. To move in different directions. Phonic. Of the underworld, infernal. Post-haste. With all possible speed. Estranged equals alienated, not so close. Traduce. Attempt to damage the reputation. Vex. To cause irritation. Chide. Rebuke, angrily, to scold. Physgig. Flirtatious. Not sure if this must be a young woman. Compunction. Anxiety arising from awareness of guilt. Remorse. Palaver. Tedious involved process. Chit-chat. Used in Sweden to. Darby and Joan. Happy married elderly couple. Smooch. Kiss and cuddle. Dance slowly. Cohort. A companion or accomplice. Pretension. Claim. Borstal. Penal institution providing training for young offenders, UK only. Lilt. To sing or speak rhythmically with varying pitch. Nyctalopia. Night blindness. Obviate. Anticipate and dispose of difficulty in advance. Conversely, introducing a statement or idea which reverses one that has just been made or referred wedded. Constructivists are not necessarily wedded to focusing. 1 equals married to connected stochastic. Having a random probability distribution or pattern that may be analyzed statistically, but may not be predicted precisely. Ex machina. Metatheory. A metatheory or metatheory is a theory whose subject matter is itself a theory aleatory, depending on chance. Amour propre. Self-esteem. Pule. To whine or whimper. Purblind. Lacking clear vision. Obtuse. Quail. To shrink back in fear. To cower. Permanence. The state or quality of lasting or remaining unchanged indefinitely. Doyen. The most influential in a particular field. Iterations. Repetition of a process or utterance. We have done this before. But what about caudate? Yes, Andrew. Heart-shaped. Calumniate. Make false statements. Maliciously. Really? What? Always. Oniric. I say again. Oniric. Dreamy. Mucker. An old mucker of mine. That is an old friend of mine. Sponger. Somebody who live of others. Chalet. That is a small wooden house. Corny. Tiresome and or sentimental and or trite. Mickle. A great amount. Adroit. Like an adroit answer. A wise respond. Foible. Minor weakness. A quirk. Sarcasm. Percept. A mental impression of a perceived object. Repast. A meal. Fater. A strong smell. Parry. To ward off a blow or something. Vitriol. Cruel, bitter. Hegemony. Domination. Leading. Ardor. Intensive feeling. Often or always. Often what? Passion or love. Asynchronous. Not at the same time. Arriviste. A climber. A careerist. Carp. To carp about. To find fault or to complain. Predilection. Do the same. Propensity. Again, to do the same. Pangshang. Yes, to do the same again. Proclivity. And the last one, to do the same. Well, Andrew, a tendency to choose or do something regularly, an inclination or predisposition toward a particular thing. Clamper. To climb with difficulty. Close-fisted. Very careful with money. Drippy. Weak. You're drippy fuck. You so weak. Dryly. Subtle. Ironic. Humorous. Anima. True inner self. Anodyne. Do not want to upset anyone. Pale. A posteriori. Opinions after observations. Locus. A particular place or point. Disquieting. Inciting. No inducing feelings of anxiety or worry. Parochial. Relating to church, or more likely, relating to having a limited, narrow, scope. Extracampine hallucinations. Excamp hall are perceptions outside the normal sensory apparatus, such as the perception of sound through the knee multilateralism. The principle of participation by 3 or more parties, especially by the governments of different countries. Animus. Ill will or hostility. Or the inner masculine part of the female personality. Answer back. To reply back, rudely. Anomalous. Deviating from what is usual or expected. Irregular. Antecedent. Earlier in time or order. Antinomy. In philosophy, contradiction between two apparently valid, a paradox. Antonym. A word that means the opposite to another. Apophthegm. Penetrating or enlightening comment. Apparel. Literary. Garments or clothing. Used in Alice in Wonderland poem. Arbitrary. Decision or something, not so much based on facts, but on random choice or just a whim. Arcane. Known only to a few people. Secret. Esoteric. Something mysterious. Artful. Clever in attaining an end with deceitful or indirect means. Assignation. This could be a meeting with a secret, especially a secret lover. Attune. To get used to new conditions. Baker's dozen. 13. Bang on. British. British and informal. Right. Perfect. Bathos. A sudden descent from something serious to something trite or commonplace. Civics. The social science dealing with the rights and duties of the citizens. Coalesce. To unite into a whole. Propound. To offer for discussion or consideration. Overhaul. Thoroughly examine and carry out necessary repairs and overtake. What? Outre. Violating convention or propriety, bizarre. Oscular. Relating to the mouth or kissing. Orison. Archaic, a prayer. Orator. Public speaker, yes, but not forget dude, a skilled public speaker. Designing. Crafty. Scheming. Platitude. Trite remark. Self-evident. Cut and dried. Money in the bank. A completely decided situation. Meander. Follow a winding road. Swedish slingra. Birch. To birch someone. Used in the end of Tarkovsky's Solaris. Qualm. An uneasy feeling of doubt, worry. Posits. Assume as a fact, put forward as a basis of an argument. Unflappable equals hard to upset. Composed. Acerbic equals sharp and direct. A field equals to or at a distance. Ambit equals the scope, or extent of something. Arraign equals call someone to court. Extol equals enthusiastically praise. Ease equals part of the roof that meets, or overhangs the walls of a building. Edict equals official order or proclamation. Frump equals unattractive woman with old-fashioned clothes. Anodyne. Unlikely to cause offense. Castellated. Having battlements. Little fort. Casuistry. The use of clever but false reasoning. Lionize. Treat someone as celebrity. Valise. A small traveling bag or suitcase. Sheaf. A bundle of papers. Gaff. British, informal, a person's home. Expedite. Cause to happen sooner, or more quickly. Surreptitious. Done secretly. Tawdry. Showy but cheap. Too sleazy or unpleasant. Monstrosity. A very large and ugly object. To a thing that is evil. Be cheesed off. Irritated or bored. Cheesed off. Irritated or bored. Cheeky. Showing a lack of respect. Carrion. The decaying flesh of dead animals. Conflagration. Large and destructive fire. Chary. Cautiously reluctant. Old English, sorrowful. Conversely equals reversing the previous statement. Kernel equals core, there is a kernel of truth there. Pace yourself. Do something controlled. And at a steady rate. Pageantry. Elaborate display or ceremony. Pale. A bucket. Pang. A sudden sharp pain or painful emotion. Peaky. Pale from illness or tiredness. Earnest. Very serious. In earnest. With greater intensity than before. Too serious intentions. Scatty. British informal, absent-minded. Scatterbrained. Discursive. Moving from topic to topic without order, rambling gave a discursive lecture. Discursive prose. B. Proceeding coherently from topic to topic. 2. Philosophy, marked by a method of resolving complex expressions into simpler or more basic ones, marked by analytical reasoning. Repudiate. Refuse to accept or be associated with. Easy chair. Comfortable armchair. Adumbrate. Give a general idea. To outline. Affidavit. Written statement that is sworn on oath to be true. Affray. From the French affrayer. A breach of the peace, by fighting in public. Always public. Haulage. The commercial transport of goods. Dated. British. Brandish. Wave something as a threat in anger or excitement. Rash. Self-confident in a rude, noisy or overbearing way. Crone. An ugly old woman. Percept. Mental impression of a perceived object. Bray. Of a monkey, to make a loud cry. Or a man, speak or laugh loud. Golly. Used to express surprise or delight. Dotage. A period in life in which a person is weak or old. Bisect. Divide into 2 parts. Bloomers. Women's loose-fitting knickers, trousers. Knee long. Homestead. Farmhouse with surrounding land and outbuildings. Drunkard. A person that is often drunk. Dribs. In small amounts, and over a period of time. Dale. A valley. Used in northern England. Defile. Steep-sided narrow gorge. Demure. Modest and shy woman. Dais. Low platform or throne. Dart. A rapid sudden movement. Dead ringer. A person or thing that looks very much like another. Itinerant. Traveling from one place to another. Bisect. Divide into 2 parts. Scatty. Absent-minded. Peptic. Relating to digestion. Peaky. Pale from illness or tiredness. Earnest. Very serious. Perilous. Full of danger or risk. Daub. Smear carelessly or heavily with a thick substance. Ignoble. Not good or honest. Ignominy. Public disgrace. Askance. With an attitude or look of suspicion. Leery. Cautious, wary. Meander. Following a winding course. Fling. Throw or move forcefully. Riparian. Relating to or situated on the banks of a river. Flashy. Ostentatious. Flamboyant. Campanile. A bell tower, ESP1 that is freestanding. Clued up. Well informed. Informal. Accord. Give or grant someone power, status, or recognition, or be in agreement with or be. Compatible with. Cinch. A snap, pushover easy thing. Not difficult. A breeze. Brouhaha. A noisy and overexcited reaction, or response to something. Carboy. A container for dangerous liquids. Canter. A ride. Caper. A playful carefree leap. Venerate. Look with great respect at something. Careen. To lean over to one side, well okay. But are talking about a ship, always. Well dude, we just don't know. Scepter. A king. Leery. Cautious. Portend. To warn. Redress. Set right something that is wrong. Wryly, in a way that expresses dry, especially mocking, humor. He reflects wryly on his life and work askance, with an attitude or look of suspicion or disapproval. The reformers looked askance at the mystical tradition. Bane. Case for great distress. Bait. Spiteful remark. Artful. Clever. Refractory. Unmanageable, stubborn. A cinch. Easily done. Yes, we know, we just had this one. Tawdry. Cheap. You're tawdry whore. Nice opening for date, right? Amenity. Useful feature or facility. Breaks. The breaks, pieces of luck. Métier. Vocation. Something you have a natural ability to be good at. Acumen. Sponger. Another repetition. Some kind of parasite. Fiddlesticks. Exclaim, nonsense. Oh so much Mr. Burns. Fetter. Restrict the freedom. Chains. Fervent. Very passionate. Come hither. Informal, flirtatious. Coalesce. Come together to form a group or mass. Casuistry. Clever but false reasoning. Injudicious. Showing poor judgment. Unwise. Crud. An unpleasantly dirty or messy substance. Too nonsense. Catty. Spiteful. Deliberately hurtful in one's remarks. Convocation. An assembly of people or calling together of many people. Trope. Figurative or metaphorical use of a word or expression. Drudgery. Hard, menial, simple, dull work etymology. The study of the origin of words and the way in which their meanings have changed throughout history. Bung. Throw carelessly. Sure-footed. Unlikely to stumble. Teetotal. Choosing or characterized by abstinence from alcohol. Scarce, to leave so as not to be seen in a certain place. You made yourself scarce. Natter. Leisurely conversation. Fey. Believing in the supernatural or being doomed. You haven't gone fey, have you, George? Bulwark. Wall. Barricade. Stand as a bulwark against something. Entry. Access. Gain entree. Clarion. War trumpet. Trappings. The outward signs, features, or objects associated with a particular situation, role, or thing. Antics. Foolish, amusing, outrageous behavior. Stop with your fucking antics. Hereinafter. Further on in this document. Document.